time to wire the rest of the parts in then. So this is the unit that I had to order in and was waiting on, 6-way. And the good thing about this is it's so easy to install. Obviously we can screw that to the wood, and these you can literally, I don't know if you can see in there, but you can push and then literally push the cable in and let go. So there's no screwing and all that of all the cables, so this shouldn't take me too long at all to do. And this section actually comes out and clicks back in. So what I'll do is I'll put all the cables in, then lie them out, and then start fitting all these in properly. So I'll yeah, let's crack on with that and let's see what the garage looks like with all of the lights on. So before I forget, this was the unit, a reminder of what it was, 6-way, and that's the unit screwed to the wall. So we had the one cable from that end feeding those two on one loop, these two and this extra third one on the wall on the second, this lamp here on its separate, on its own circuit, that's 3. The incoming power cable, that's 4, and then that leaves 2 left, which is this link here, which is for those 2. That's your 5th, and the final one, the cable comes into the 6. So that's your, all your 6 used. Perfect for the job really, and made it a lot easier than having to screw each cable in separately using that little push connector. So yeah, certainly recommend getting something like this. It's a lot better than the old style ones that you can get. But yeah, job done, really happy with that. Alright, let's try and make this work. So, great news. The flooring's arrived. Not only that, I had a call off SEALEY, the company I bought all the units for, and they was delivering it in an articulated lorry, so they couldn't actually get down to my road. So I managed to borrow my mate's big van, and it's all in there for now. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a chance to fit it this weekend because I'm away as of this evening. However, I'm going to try and make a start in the garage and get some of this flooring down. So I'll put you on time lapse, try and clear some of the space at the front, and let's get the flooring down. So a little update for you. It's going down pretty well, to be fair. I was a little bit worried to start off with this only being the 4mm instead of 10mm, that it wasn't going to be very level. But now I've seemed to be putting more of them together. It just seems to be holding pretty well. What I'm going to do is just do the centre sections, and then at a later date come back and do all the edges. The lady said on the phone I need to, with this stuff, with it being thinner, when it gets hot it does expand quite a lot, so I think I need to leave around about 1 centimetre either side. So I'll look into that. But yeah, so far so good. Pretty happy with it. So yeah, let's crack on and at least get half the garage done. Howdy all. So it is a new day since the last time lapse that you saw, but the units are in. I'm really happy with them, which I'll show you now. They fit perfectly and the build quality is excellent, so I'm really happy with them. As well as the flooring. I don't think I've already mentioned the flooring. That should be enough for me to cut and do all the edges around the side. What I'm going to do next is we failed to put this lower section on here, and it's the bottom of the cabinet there, and it'll bring it up to the same height, so I think I'm going to do that next. And then it's a case of slowly putting some of my tools into the drawers, organising them. The other thing to mention quickly is I've got the HT leads, which all are brand new, unused, so they can go in the box. What I think I might do is organise all the bits and bobs in the boxes and put them in the drawers eventually, but for now let's just have a look. We've got the other thing, I've got the two brand new forward parts for the rear hubs, the new caps and the wheel bearings for the rears, so those can go on to the hubs. So I need to go and get them pressed out at some point. Perhaps I'll do that this week. Again, that's 2 sets that can go into the box. And last thing to mention on that front is the rear bushes, which will go eventually onto the rear beam. I just need to drill 2 ends out of there and fit these bushes at some point. So for now, again, they can go into there. What I need to do, because it's annoying me a little bit, is trying to take everything out of the garage and then bring it in one by one and try and find a place for it. So I'll put you on time lapse for now, while I slowly start making a way through organising lots of different bits and bobs. So just to give you an indication of what I'm actually doing here, apart from the obvious tidying up and try and make everything fit. When I first put the flooring down, it was slightly on an angle like that. So when I've come to this back wall, the gap over here is almost touching, whereas over here, as you can see, it's completely different. So what I've done for now is I've shifted this front section and twisted it so it's completely flush and the same distance from either side of the wall. So what I'll do now is take all the bits and bobs off this side, pull it forward, and then I can realign the rear half of the flooring as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the minute, and I have to say it's absolutely coming together and I absolutely love it. The wheels have just fitted up there, lovely. Yeah, let's carry on tweaking and get it all sorted. This is probably where I'm going to try and get a shelf, a couple of shelves to put all my Maguire's cleaner stuff on. My OCD's absolutely loving this at the minute. So yeah, let's crack on and see about getting this flooring finished once and for all. Okay, little update. I managed to fit the two on the edges. I haven't left much room for expansion, so if they start raising up in the middle, when it gets warmer, I'll have to just trim a little bit more off there, but they're easy to pop up and do that. I've got all the way up to the door here, but because the weight and the stuff on top of here, I need someone just to help me just lift that up so I can move them into position, because they're pretty heavy. Unless I can prop it up with something now. I'll see if I can do that actually, and try and get the remaining ones along the edge done. And then it's just a case of doing the edging, which should bring it all together nicely. I think I'm going to have enough, to be honest, because each one of these will do 2 sections, because you'd have one either side of it there. Possibly, no, probably just 2. So hopefully that'll be enough to get around the edge. I'll do have a little count up in a minute to see if that's the case. If not, you can buy each one of these singly. So if I'm a few short, I can just buy, I think they're about £4 each. I can buy a few extra ones in order to do all the edging correctly. So yeah, another step further forward actually. It's really come together. One thing I'd like to do in the long run is board at the top of the roof and possibly put a little ladder here and have like a sitting area up there. I don't know, but the problem is it wouldn't be used very often, but this is the idea anyway. But it means I'd board it all up and get it finished off, and I can use it to then store things out the way, not have bits dangling down, and make it more like a room even further still. So the other thing I want to do is, as you can see, the garage is a bit dirty. I just need to give it a good wipe down and clean, but all little bits. So little run rounds, car cleaning stuff, some spare Racing Puma parts from my Racing Puma out there, which in fact there's a pair of Alcon calipers in there which I'll be using on the build I'm doing now. The 4 wheels that we fitted to the car. All the panels are on the top to sort. In these drawers here, it's all the black shot plastered and powder coated stuff. Silver, ready for when we build it all. A few bits and bobs in there. Drive shafts, etc. Now these are standard Puma ones, some spare ones, so it's worth keeping hold of them. These are all the little bits and bobs that will help put the engine together. These, instead of marking up this worktop, what I'll do is I'll get a few more of these floor bits. I'm going to cut them to size, and I'll have those on there as well to stop damaging the top of here. Last thing I want to do is, all these bits are up here for now. I'm going to probably put them all over here with the rest of the other bits. But yeah, it's really come together. I'm really glad I've decided to upgrade the garage. Yes, it ended up costing quite a lot. This was £1,430. It did come with an extra unit, but I don't need the extra unit, so I'm going to sell that for £230. So you're looking about £1,200 for this setup. The flooring came in at £270, and the wall paint was £50, and the ceiling lights was £85. So it has added up to be quite a lot, but it's done now, and I'm really happy with it. And it's going to look great once it's finished. The 2 freezers here, obviously they're not going to fit too well when the car's in, so I'm going to move them to the shed. I need to organise the shed. There's a lot of stuff in the shed, cleaning products and old drawers and stuff that I can bring all the toolboxes in and file them all in here. So once the shed's clear, I can move these to the shed, and we can utilise that space and not have to have them clutter in my garage workshop area. So yeah, and then as soon as I've finished doing the garage and all these bits are done, it's back onto this, and I'll be able to bring you some more content specifically related to the car again. So yeah, for now, let's I'll put you back on time lapse and let's organise some more of these bits and bobs. Right, so there we have it, guys. Garage is basically done. I think I'm going to be a couple of tiles short around the edges where I said I need to count and see how many I'll have. I just need to find a better suitable tool for cutting the plastic flooring to do the edging, because what I was doing earlier was just using a knife and it just wasn't doing it very well, so I need to find a better tool for that. Got my spare overalls up on the wall. I'm going to put forward banners up in the shelves as I mentioned, but but overall the garage is, as I was just saying a minute ago, is pretty much there, so I'm super happy with how it's turned out. It's so bright in there, you wouldn't be able to tell if it's daylight or night. I mean, given it is actually night time at the minute, it's looking really good. The drawers are great. I've still got a bit of organising to do. A lot of the just loose stuff out of the project car. It's just in here for now. It needs all tidying up, and I've got a lot of tools in the shed that I need to bring over, but it's great to have so much space. All the wheels are up there looking good. As I mentioned, I'll sort the roof out. I've put the flooring on the worktop here. 4 pieces fit really well. There's a little slither on the edge I need to sort out, but once I cut that straight, I think that's going to be a good worktop. These will all get used up for the edges. A couple of spare batteries that I've got just to keep on trickle charge. Just a little temporary bench that I've using for the minute to put some parts on. So yeah, now the garage is done, it'll be back to bringing you content. So what I'm looking to hopefully do is, as we all know, and any of you that have already been watching the build so far, is continue with the cleaning of this engine. I've done the one side, I've got to do this side before I can spray it, and then I can start, once it's sprayed, I can start rebuilding it up with all the bits out of here. As you can see, there's absolutely loads of it. I'm going to make some inquiries while I think of it for the 2 Gaz about the shocks. I've got the 2 front and 2 rears that I want to get them to refresh for me. So yeah, it's going to be the end of the video. So final thanks to everyone for all your comments still. It's really good to get the garage finished, and I'm really looking forward to being able to work at any time now with all my tools organised and being able to give you hopefully some decent content to finish off loads of pieces of the car. I'm not sure if I mentioned it as well previously, the shell about getting it soda blasted. The best quote I've had now so far is £600, which is a lot more reasonable, so I think I'm going to try and save up for that, because it'd be great once the car has been shot blasted and I can start doing all the work on it, I can put it on the split that I'm going to pick up for £70, and I can actually bring the car into here, bring the car in here and turn the car up on its side, and then I'll be able to do all the work on the side in here, and again, day or night with some really good lighting. So, and then I could just move all of this stuff out of the way and the car will be up on its side here. So yeah, that's something I'm really looking forward to. But for now, I need to continue on the engine, continue on the gearbox, get that all done, and that should be a really nice thing to see completed. So I'm going to leave you for now. I'll leave you with a few photos of the garage. I'm super happy again as it's turned out, and I'll see you all very soon. Cheers.